welcome. It's Monday morning. It is, what is it? It's 8 o'clock in the morning for you guys. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. Winter's just hit. It feels like definitely a chill this morning. And I even had to put on a hoodie yesterday for the first time for this winter. It's one of the benefits of living in Spain that I love so much. Anyway, welcome, hope you're well. So in today's show, I want to go through a couple of different things. First thing that I'm going to do is go through the 2 different types of marketing, and then I'm going to go through the 6 different places where you can run some marketing. And if you're running a business right now, this is where you should be running some marketing. For those successful businesses out there that are closing business and doing between 50 to 100,000 pounds, the chances are you're probably already doing one of these. But then it's time to add some more strings to that bow, I think is the phrase. So we're going to talk about some different types of marketing. So let's just get straight into it. First of all, and I've got my notes so I don't forget anything, so I tend to waffle and go off on all sorts of places. But let's go through 2 different types of marketing. So the first type is awareness and building brand. And so I would call this KLT. So people got to know you, they're going to like you, and they've got to trust you. And as you know, if you've listened to anything I've ever done, I like it when people hate me because it just qualifies themselves out of wasting any of my time. They're never going to phone me. They're never going to get me on a telephone call or on a Skype session where they can then waste my time. And my time's really valuable, as is yours, by the way. So if you can make people hate you or love you, great. If they hate you, they're never going to waste your time. If they love you, they're just going to love you more when they do get your time. Whereas if they hate you, they're just going to hate you even more, right? And you're not going to satisfy everybody, and that's totally fine as well. Stop trying to satisfy everybody. Some people are going to love you, some are going to hate you. Embrace that. As Grant Cardone said, heck, I could be president one day, and look at Donald Trump. So if he can do it, anyone else can do it. So that's the first type, is like this awareness that people know that you actually exist. It's a fluff flying around. The second type then is direct response. And so direct response, that used to be called direct mail. You'd send out an envelope. I got one through yesterday, actually. I got through an envelope, and they, it's got a headline, it's got a long copy, it's got a call to action, it wants you to buy something, right? And that's direct response. Now, you can use both of these in your marketing on any of these 6 different types of marketing locations that I'm going to talk about. So it depends on what type of client you're going for. So, for example, if it's a completely cold client who've never heard of you, they have no idea who you are, you want to be running some kind of awareness campaign first. Trying to sell to a cold person, and I don't mean Eskimos, I don't mean people who are, freezing cold. I mean people who don't know who you are. They're not warmed up to you in the slightest. They have no idea you even exist. Trying to sell direct response off a page or from a letter or even from a Facebook ad isn't generally going to work. If you're selling something funky like a pen or a mug or something, that's like, I like sci-fi, right? So if you're selling me something like that, then I might buy it, but everybody else isn't going to happen, especially on service industries. You've got to start warming people up. So that's where the awareness, the brand building, the KLT, that's where all that kind of comes in. So with that in mind, I think we're getting a bit colder here, a bit fluey. With that in mind, I've got here a list of 6 different types, and within that list of 6 different types, there's subsections as well, so I'll go through them to make it nice and easy. So the first one obviously is content. I run a content digital marketing agency. We create content. We create thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of content every single month that get posted out across Twitter and LinkedIn. I mean, if we added all those up, I'd have to think how much actual posting we do on behalf of ourselves and on behalf of our clients. And we've been doing that for about 15 months now with this kind of new business. And that's been a really good learning curve. And boy, we've learned an awful lot in terms of what's working for clients and what doesn't work for clients, in terms of what warms up people and what doesn't warm up people, including some of the secondary advantages. Like, for example, did you know that if you create lots and lots of content, you automatically get lots and lots of backlinks? Like, most people just have no idea that that's even a thing, but that is a thing, right? I have no idea why either. You're like scratching your head, wondering why. I have no idea why that is, but it just is. When we go in and we look at our SERPs, search engine results, when we look at that and we look at how many backlinks we're getting increasing backlinks and more content that we put out. I have no idea why. It's a thing, right? I have no idea. I don't need to know why it's a thing. It's just a thing. So on your content then, your content has subsections. So the first subsection is video. And this is where we use what we call the 90-10 rule. So the 90-10 rule basically says, you do 10% and we'll do the other 90%. And when you do that 10%, the other 90% clicks. And when you don't do the other 10%, that 90%, it gets some results, right? It gets some good results, but it doesn't get the 100% results. And that's what we're looking for when we're looking at creating content. So going live like this, for example, will increase our results. And we've tested it. We've done it where we just do images, where we just do pre-recorded videos that look very pretty, and it's got drone footage and intros and outros and very fancy transitions from one scene to another. We've done all that, okay? But that doesn't work as well as going live as well, right? It's a combination of all of these things. So creating video is definitely one, pre-recorded video, but also going live like this. You've got to start going live because this is building up authority. It's building up awareness. People are getting to a KLT, get to know us, like us, and trust us, or dislike us as well, which is great because it qualifies themselves out. They unfriend me, it makes more space on my friends list, whatever that happens to be. Next one then is number 2, images. You've got to be creating some images, and I've seen the quality of some of the images. And by the way, the quality of our images has increased significantly since we first started. We used to use Canva, and it was just this idea of getting as much content out as you can. And then once we started getting as much content out for my business, it was then, okay, let's pull in the right people to create the best type of content. So we've got video editors, we've got graphic designers with 10 years of experience. And yeah, you as a business owner, you can do that. But have you got 10 years experience as a graphic designer? Probably not. And then, yeah, you can do great graphics. Let's just say, let's pretend that you can do that. Can you then create great videos with great transitions and drone footage and all that kind of thing? And where's it all come from? And who puts it all together? And what's the time scales? And who's going to schedule it? And all that stuff, right? So most people can't do that. I certainly can't do that. I can edit videos. I can create images. I can schedule posts. But can I do it as well as a professional video editor? Of course not. Why should I be able to? And why should you be able to create that content as well? Can you do it as well as a 10-year veteran graphic designer? Of course not. I definitely can't do that. I can schedule like anybody else because scheduling's easy, but boy, it's time consuming. And when you start creating and scheduling thousands of pieces of content, you realize just how time consuming scheduling actually is to get it right. And then you've got your headline, you've got your copy, you've got your link for the call to action, you need your call to action, you've got your hashtags, you've got to upload the right image. That's one. And then you do the next one. And boy, it takes absolutely ages. So look, we've got images, we've got videos, you've got copy. You need to have written copy. And often for our clients, we get a video and we subtitle the video for them and then we put that out. And then also after we create a video like this one, for example, this is going to be then turned into one of our podcasts. So that we're able to reutilize some of the stuff that we actually do here. So if you're looking at content, then you can go to our website, which is on the screen right now, which is daniellatto.co.uk. I'm just going to see if we've got any comments, by the way. And if you have got comments, if you're watching, then please let me know. Let's see, got nothing up there right now, so that's fine. But if you have, then just let me know. And love to speak to you. So what's next then? Let me change that banner back over. There we go. Okay, so next then. That's content, number 1. Number 2 is traditional media. And again, we're going to break down traditional media. Now, the beauty of content, by the way, is like ours starts at like 500 quid. 500 quid a month. If you've got 6 grand for the year and you're like, what shall I do? Shall I run an advertising campaign on TV? How far do you think £6,000 is going to get you? See, we live in this world now. If you want to get on TV, you create videos like this, right? And the TV is not on your TV anymore. It's on your phone, it's on your laptop, it's on an iPad, it's on a listening device of some kind, gramophone for podcasts. Like, I wonder actually if anyone ever did podcasts via gramophones. They must have done. They must have done. But traditional media, great. Mass marketing, love it in terms of getting that brand awareness for KLT out there. Love it. The other problem is I haven't got £1 million sat in a bank to blow on marketing on TV advertising. on a Super Bowl ad, $1.5 million for a 30-second spot. That's crazy, right? But we've got the best next alternative, which is Facebook, which is LinkedIn, which is Twitter, and all these other things. We've got the radio, which is podcasts. We've got magazine advertisements, which is your images getting uploaded to Facebook. Social media these days just replaces all that traditional media, and the benefit of this is that the costs are much, much lower. So like you've got TV, you've got radio, we've got direct mail I've included on here as well. We've got another one which I'll talk about later. But the traditional media, there's a reason why it's in decline, and it's because everybody's going online. Everyone's on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's basically where people live these days. Snapchat, TikTok, these are the places where people are just hanging out. This is where it happens, in groups, for example, and you should be going live in groups. So traditional media definitely got its place, but it's definitely decreasing as well. Why would you spend £500 on one bus advert to be driven around for a month, when for the same £500 you can get 30 images on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Insta? It just doesn't make sense to me. This, you can get 10 videos, you can get all the copies going out, you can get your website advertised. It's not the same. You know, you got one advert driving around on a bus. It's got its place at some point down the line when you've done everything else, but it's not the first place that you go right now. Like, to some extent, it can depend on your product. So for example, you know, we buy houses for cash, or we buy houses fast, we should say these days, because Advertising Standards Agency ask us, have you got the cash? And usually it's somebody else's cash anyway. We have got cash, it's just not ours, it's the bridging companies. Anyway, so when we're marketing for that, it's not Facebook. That's not where we're going to find those leads. We actually find leads through leaflet drops. It's a traditional form of marketing, but it works for that type of industry very, very well. For finding investors, however, Facebook ads, building awareness, all of that works really well. Okay, so that's traditional media. The next one then is Facebook ads, and this again is where a lot of people get it wrong. People going, yeah, I've got this product, I've got this mug, I'm going to sell this mug. It's a Thor mug, by the way, to go with my Avengers Captain America shield. But I'm going to sell this mug, I'm going to run Facebook ads, and then £5,000 later, they've sold 4 mugs, they've run out of money, they've blown the budget, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you spending all that money? Like, you've got nothing left. What are you doing? Move it onto content, move it onto something else that's more in line with doing it. Facebook ads is great, but boy, it's really easy to blow your budget. And again, if you're sending Facebook ads to cold traffic and you're trying to sell from a Facebook ad, forget it, it's not going to happen. You might want to send people to an opt-in page where they can download the latest guide or the latest video or come and watch a webinar, and you're giving value. Yes, then you can do it. Now you're warming them up, and you might want to hit them with a retargeting advert. So people who've clicked on the link then get an advert saying, hey, come and sign up. And those that have signed up, great. After the event has run, let's say it's a webinar, then you can set another retargeting pixel to everybody who attended the webinar, going, hey, you watched it, this is the offer, 2 payments of 50 quid, whatever it is, right? So Facebook ads definitely has a location in your business, but it's not upfront. I see people just blowing budgets and then they come off and then they go, oh no, Facebook ads just doesn't work. You're right, it doesn't, not in that context. It does work if you've got a mailing list and you can upload it and they already know who you are, they're already warm traffic, or they've already been on your website and you're hitting them with a retargeting ad. Or if you're sending Facebook ads to a piece of information that's adding value back out to them, then that might work, but probably not straight off the cuff. You can't sell off the page. It just doesn't work anymore. People in 2019, going into 2020, are much more savvy. We don't trust anybody. With so many lies, you know, you get loads of reviews on Amazon, they're all fake. You know, we know people, for example, they run an event, we have 50 people in a room. Okay, the person who writes the best advert, they'll win a thing worth 200 quid. You now get 50 reviews. Oh, it's amazing, it's wonderful. It's complete bullshit. We know who those people are. We know how that works. And then, you know, buying fake comments on YouTube and all this kind of stuff. You know, we know that this works. We're sophisticated buyers in 2019. We're not the dumb schmucks that we used to be in 1994. we understand how this shit goes down, right? So we know all this works, but you've got to be using the right format for the right advert. And Facebook ads for most businesses right now is not the one. I know you see the adverts, how I can turn it around, and how I've done 400 billion trillion on Facebook ads. It's complete and utter codswallop, complete bullshit, right? Use the right thing for the right marketing tool for the right business and the right product and all of that kind of thing. Okay, number 4 then. We've got 6 to do. Number 4, directories. So places like Yale, crap, don't use them. I was praying for the day that Dell. I used to work for Dell. I was praying for the day that Yale went bust, and they did. They're schmucks, they're thieves, they're rotten, dirty scoundrels, taking people's money, promising the earth and delivering nothing. Zip. Has it got its place? Yes. Go get the free listing. And when they call, they go, no, we don't spend money on advertising. And then they go, what? Yeah, well, we don't spend money on advertising. Thanks very much. Don't call again. Bye. And, you know, get rid of them. But have your free listing. Why not? Gets you in another directory. That's fine. But you're not going to close any business off it. But the next one is things like Check a Trade, Check My Trade, whatever those are. All of those kind of trades, kind of places, that's valuable as well. But generally, directories. Do directories work? Not really. You know, but think about the last thing that you bought. What was the last major car purchase that you bought? Let's say it was a car. Well, what made you buy that car? You either saw the product out and about and thought, I like that. Let's take one. Lexus, the big 4x4 hybrid Lexus. That looks nice in the white pearlescent. That's even driving around. And then I see it on an advert. It catches my eye, and I might just have been on a Lexus website looking at one of those. Was there a directory of car manufacturers? No. Now, traditional ads, traditional media came in as well, billboards and that kind of thing, so that did come in, but that's a big product, a £40,000 item. So that kind of marketing works on that. I've not had anything through the mail, like cold mail. I've not had anything like that. I might have seen videos online on the Lexus website and on the Lexus Facebook page, and when I've done doing research and that kind of thing. But let's look at something else. Let's look at GoPros. Here's my GoPro. It is wrapped in a floating device so it doesn't fall over. And this thing at the bottom is a 15-minute egg timer that just twists it round so I can get really cool videos. But it was on Amazon. I went to Amazon. Is Amazon a directory? Kind of. It's like a shopping directory, isn't it? I knew what I wanted, so I put the thing in like a timer for video, and this popped up. It was like £15, and I just bought it. But it's a different type of directory. That's like a shopping directory, and you know, it's an e-commerce kind of directory, isn't it? But generally, directories ain't going to do it. If you can get some free access to directories, then do that. But generally, they're not going to work. All right, number 5, SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and definitely got a valid place. I've seen all the things. SEO is dead in 2019, and it's all about content on Facebook. And yes, I would agree. That's what we sell. We sell content on Facebook, right? But SEO definitely has a place in the marketplace for sure. One of the businesses I was just in last week, all of their income comes in from SEO. Now that scares the living crap out of me, by the way, because if Google changes how SEO works, which they do on a regular basis, you'll remember the Penguin update a couple of years ago, where they change it and all your rankings just drop and poof, they're on one leg right now, and if that leg goes, they've got nothing to stand on, and it worries me. So SEO definitely has a place. Is it okay? I'm going to move all my money onto SEO right now? No. Is it? I'm going to move some money to SEO? Yes. Good content, 2,000 words on a page for a page you want to rank for, 2,500 generally is what you need. And the page that we rank for very well, that's what we do there as well. And there's all these sort of rules that you have to do. If you want to do it yourself, you want the Yoast plugin on WordPress. But again, why are you doing it yourself? Would you carry out your own repairs on your car yourself if you're a busy business owner? If you needed brain surgery, would you do that on yourself? Of course not. You get someone external to do it. That's what you should be doing. But search engine optimization definitely has a place. When I ran my lettings agency 15 years ago, and bear in mind, 15 years ago, Instagram was just a twinkle in someone's eye. It just didn't exist. So SEO was definitely a big thing back then, because we didn't have Facebook and that kind of thing. It was just in its infancy. But we were driving 35,000 unique visitors a month to the website. 35,000 a month. It's 1,000 people a day to my lettings agency website, all from SEO. We literally owned front page of Google for most of our search terms, you know, off multiple websites as well, all pointing back in. That worked. But it's 2019. SEO definitely has a place, depends on your industry, depends on your business and all that kind of thing. But definitely much less than content that goes out on digital media. All right, last one then is outside. This is stuff like billboards, buses. You know, if you're running we buy houses for cash type adverts, they're great. Putting them up in the local Chinese takeaway or the Italian takeaway on the wall, on the news agents, that kind of thing. That can all work, all very kind of low end. Billboards and buses is very passive. And also, you know, if you put a billboard up, you've got to be changing it once every 2 months minimum. I mean, once a month, because it goes up, people look at it and then they delete it because it's not changed. And so, you know, we've seen billboards that have been up for years, right? You've seen them and you don't even look at them anymore, except to say, why is that billboard still up? But you don't look at it and you're not interested. But if you're going to go down the billboard route, and it needs to be replaced constantly. But why would you spend all that money to do that when you've got a better billboard which is online? Why would you not do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. And if you've got any questions, by the way, then please let me know. We've got some comments. Let's have a look. There we go. Let me just show that. So this person saying, "Morning, Dan. Welcome." I don't know who you are because it's not showing up. It just says a Facebook user. Just enjoying listening to your podcast while skimping on marketing is a false economy. Let me know who you are, by the way. That would be awesome. And thank you for that. Yeah, totally. Skimping on marketing is a false economy. But it's really funny how businesses, when there's a constriction in the business, marketing and sales, oh, let's get rid of them. We don't need marketing. We don't need sales. But just get rid of them. It's just an expense. That's my northern. Hey, let's get rid of that one. We don't need that. That's my northern person speaking. Anyway. Yeah, outside billboards and buses, it's got its place. But honestly, if you're gonna go into marketing in 2019 and 2020, where do your customers go? We're all on Facebook, we're all on Instagram, we're all on Twitter, probably not on Twitter, we're all on LinkedIn, and you've got to start putting your stuff out there. And when you start putting your stuff out there, then they get to know you, and then you can start putting offers out, and then you start closing business. And it's this combination of all this stuff that's actually going to do that for you. But I hope that's useful for you anyway. And if it is, let me know. That would be useful. In the meantime, we'll catch up with you on the next show. My name's Dan Latto. Have a wicked week, folks. Take care.